Hello, guys. Good morning. Pardon the way I look.
Good morning. How are you?
I just thought, why not film a YouTube video today? So, we're gonna do this on vibes, okay? This is my kitchen. Please, if you live with your parents currently and you're thinking, oh, I want to move out, I want to be a big boy, I want to be a big girl. Babingo Tabalaya. Big girl in town. Please strongly sit down and analyze, rethink that decision before you move. Don't make stupid decisions because living alone is the freaking ghetto. I mean, it teaches you a lot. The journey is, you have to go through it in life. So I guess the journey is needed, very necessary. But please, if you don't have any money in your account, sit down in your parents' house and eat food. Okay? So let me tell you guys how I landed this apartment. This is super story. I used to live in Bagada before in my uncle's place. I moved to Lagos. I've been in Lagos. December will make it 3 years probably. But yeah, I used to live in my uncle's place in his BQ in Bagada. God bless him for accommodating me. I stayed there for about, I think, almost 2 years. Finding an apartment in Lagos is crazy on a normal day. Like, we all know that. But I didn't suffer too much to get this house, funny enough. While waiting, I used to pray a lot, telling God to please give me my apartment. I wanted a mini flat before. But at some point, my sister came to Lagos and I love space. So I didn't think that a self con would be enough for my sister and I. As at the time, I didn't know she was going to leave Lagos. I thought she was, going to be here for a minute and all. I was looking for a mini flat. We went house hunting once and I saw a place, but it was pretty expensive and it was really small. Lagos, they'll just go and cut a space that is as small as my kitchen and give you for 1.5 million for rent. Not to talk of the whole when you add service charge and everything, the full package, right? We went house hunting. I wanted a place in Bagada because I told you I used to live there and the light was good. The place was very conducive. I used to stay in Millennium Estates. But Millennium Estates is so expensive, they have security, all that, so obviously makes sense why it's expensive. Yeah, I checked other places. I was on different group chats for apartments, checking them out. I didn't see anything I wanted that day. So what's going on here? Stuck together. It's meant to have an opening, but it doesn't have one. So I just went to rest. I didn't go apartment hunting again. I just gave up. Long story short, at some point, my sister left Lagos to Abuja. So I just thought to myself, you know what? Since you don't have this money for a mini flat like you want, why not just settle for a self hunt? One morning, I just woke up and I decided to go house hunting. I checked. I saw this rental agents, or what did you call them? Chan agents on TikTok, sha. So I reached out to them on WhatsApp and it was a babe. So I came to meet her. She showed me some places. So this particular place I'm living in, she didn't have direct contact to the landlord. The other places I saw, I didn't like it. And this is my very first apartment, right? So I didn't know what to look out for. And as at the time, I had to do the whole apartment hunting by myself. I didn't have anybody to really do it with me. And my sister had left Lagos. So I had to wear my big girl shoes and come hunt for an apartment myself. I mean, like, if I don't do it, who will, right? So, yeah, I reached out to her. We came searching. Yeah, I didn't know what exactly to look out for, like environment. Although I had an idea, I wanted to have a very spacious apartment, like I said, a place that has constant light, and I didn't even think of noise or the road like that or whatever. Like, I just wanted to move out. I just wanted to have my own space at the time. We got here to this place and I checked out some rooms downstairs. Still wasn't to my taste. I came upstairs and the rooms were looking a bit more spacious. I was meant to get the room opposite me, but I didn't know how to. When I look at an apartment, I like to see how I'm going to furnish it before time. I didn't really see the vision. I saw it, but I didn't know how to go about it. This particular room, they were still working on it. So I could not even enter inside. They were working on the POP, so everywhere was full. They were still working, basically. So there was no way I could have checked out the space. But when I peeped inside, I saw it was really spacious because my room has this corner. I'll do a proper, like, room tour later. There's nothing much, but yeah. So this room had space more than every other room I saw, and I was like, my heart just wanted this room. Even though I didn't enter inside, I didn't know what the kitchen looked like. I didn't know what the toilets looked like. I didn't even. I got this room on. This is the definition of we move by faith and not by sight. Because I trusted God to give me something good, and I felt like this room would be good for me. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this room. They reached out to the landlord. So, like I said, she didn't have direct contact to the landlord. So it was her other agent's friend that plugged us to the landlord of this place. And coincidentally, the landlord, I know the landlord because he's my friend's landlord as well. When I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, I know you. But before I saw the landlord, these people tricked me. They made me pay agency fee twice. So it was meant to be 150K and I paid 300K for agency fee. They were telling me how the landlord is not going to pay them well, that they don't want to give the agency fee to the landlord, that I should give it directly to them. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, you're the agent. I guess that's how it works. So I, silly me, I paid them 150K. And I didn't know that they added agency fee again to the money I'm meant to pay to the landlord. I didn't get like a proper breakdown of everything. So I just thought, oh, I'm paying for every other thing aside from agency fee again. Because it doesn't make sense to pay agency fee to the landlord and still pay separately to you guys. Even though I've never gotten an apartment before as at the time. I know that don't make sense, but they didn't say that and I didn't know all this. So I had to go to the bank. Mind you, I didn't even have complete money. So I now called my parents to, just top up a little bit for me, please. I'm the last born. I went to the bank, the agent's babe, the one I was with, because there were three of them. I'm sure if it was just her, she wouldn't have done that rubbish that she did. It's because there were about three of them, and I don't understand Yoruba. So when they see a babe like this, they think, oh, this one an Nepo baby. And they just look for a way to cheat you and stuff. So they were speaking in Yoruba amongst themselves and all of that before they spoke about the 150 thing. And it was mostly the guy talking about it. Because you are the person, you're my agent. Why are you not saying much? And she was like, literally concurring to what the guy was saying. I didn't even like pick up anything fishy at the time. I was like, so when I got to the bank and I was paying, I don't know, something just struck me. It was quite unfortunate that I already sent the remaining money to the landlord before whatever struck me struck me. So I asked for a breakdown of everything all over again because the way they told, I can't remember how they told me before. This was about a year ago. I can't remember exactly what they said, but I started to ask again. And I think I asked the landlord this time and he gave me a proper breakdown of it. And I was like, oh my God, I literally just paid agency fee twice. And I was trying to argue with them that I told the landlord about it. So the landlord calls them, and then after the landlord calls them, I come back from the bank, we meet up with the rest of the agents, and the guy was just being pissed that, oh, I told the landlord, blah 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 blah. I can't remember what he was saying. Long story short, is that they really, really tricked me, and at the end of the day, they got away with the money because it was just me now, and against three of them. So they made it look like oh, that I didn't know what I was saying and all of that. I was so paying cha. I was so hurt because that 150K would have started something for me in this house. Please, if you're looking for an apartment, check for lights, the light condition, the water condition, the space of your room, the area, because this place is so noisy. I don't want to burn my food. And beside my house, there's a church, there's a mosque, there is another church. There's just a lot going on in this place. And my house is directly behind another tall building. So we don't get as much ventilation like we're supposed to, those of us living on this side of the apartment. See, it's just crazy. Like there's a lot to consider when you're getting an apartment. And I don't know if I can get into full details about that right now. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Getting an apartment is one thing. Furnishing your apartment is another thing. In It's another thing entirely. Oh Jesus. It's another thing entirely to furnish your space and just living condition, being independent, having to buy food, having to pay for lights. These are things that I've never had to do in my entire life. I've lived with my parents all my life, except from times where I go to school. School, you don't really need to do all these things. So, when I was living in Bagada before I moved, I thought that, well, you know what? I've already experienced adulthood, but the only difference was that I wasn't paying for lights in my uncle's house. I was buying my food and stuff, although a few times I do eat from them. I was basically independent. I didn't depend on them at all because I thought, oh, they're already giving me a space. I shouldn't depend on them for a lot of things. I thought, oh, it won't be that bad. I have an experience. Girl, this is a whole different phase of life. It will surprise you. It's just like leaving school, doing NYC, and you think, oh, you started life, you're an adult. And then, you're working for PP and all that. Once you're done with NYC, that's a totally different phase of life. I don't know how to explain it. So getting my apartment and having to pay for lights, having to buy food stuff, furnish your place yourself. Oh my god, it's just a lot. Like, it's just a whole freaking lot. If you know that you're not ready, you're still a daddy, mommy's baby, you don't have the strength to work, to hustle, to do your shit, please remain where you are. Don't go anywhere. Another thing is that the only good thing, okay, maybe not the only good thing, but one of the good things about this area is that we always have lights. Always. If the light goes off for long, there's probably a problem. Not that they don't take light, they take light once in a while. When it's not in London, I'm living in. But there's always lights. We always have lights. So that's just one good thing. And it's close to a lot of places actually. My room is spacious, so that's a plus. That's a good big one for me because I really, really wanted a spacious room. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for now. And I want to save my storage. If there's any other thing, I'll update you guys. Do your research online about apartments and be sure that you know what you want because house hunting in Lagos is not a joke. I'm sure house hunting everywhere else is literally the same thing, but Lagos is crazy because of the wide population of people here. So, yeah, maybe next time I'll get more into other things, but I just wanted to make a short YouTube video just blabbing. Another time I will talk about furnishing my space. My space is not 100% done, but by God's grace I have been able to achieve a good number of things in this apartment. Gradually it's going to be coming together and I will be putting you guys through the journey. Who knows, I might even move out to a better space, but yeah, stick with me. Next time I'm gonna be taking you through the process of furnishing my space and whatever comes to my mind to speak on.